Prioritizing Life, the Lesson of the Jar. On a quiet evening in a small village, a young boy sat on a bench, staring at the horizon. He was deep in thought, his face marked with frustration. An old man, known in the village for his wisdom, noticed the boy and approached him. "What's troubling you, young one?" the elder asked gently, sitting beside him. The boy sighed. "I don't know, sir. I just feel lost. Everyone says I need to study hard, make lots of money, and become successful. But sometimes I wonder, what's the point of it all? What's the most important thing in life?" The elder smiled knowingly. "Ah, the big question. Let me show you something." He stood up and led the boy to a nearby riverbank, where a large jar, a pile of big stones, small pebbles, and sand were laid out. The boy looked at the items, puzzled. The elder picked up the jar and said, "Imagine this jar is your life. Let's see how we fill it." He placed the large stones inside first, one by one, until no more could fit. "Is the jar full?" the elder asked. The boy nodded. "Yes, it looks full." The elder chuckled and picked up the pebbles. He poured them into the jar, shaking it gently. The pebbles slipped into the spaces between the big stones. "Now is it full?" The boy hesitated but replied, "I guess so." The elder then grabbed the sand and poured it into the jar. The fine grains filled all the tiny gaps left by the stones and pebbles. "Now it's full," the boy said confidently. The elder nodded. "Yes, now it's full, but here's the lesson." He pointed to the big stones. "These are the most important things in life. Your health, family, close friends, and purpose. Without these, life feels empty." Then he gestured to the pebbles. "These are the less important things. Your job, your house, your car, they matter, but they're not everything. If you lose them, life can still go on as long as the big stones are in place." Finally, he pointed to the sand. "And this is the small stuff, distractions, arguments, and trivial worries. If you fill your life with the sand first, there won't be room for the big stones or even the pebbles." The boy looked at the jar, understanding dawning on his face. "So the big stones should always come first?" "Exactly," the elder said. "Focus on what truly matters. Spend time with the people you love. Take care of your health. Find meaning and joy in your life. The rest will fall into place." The boy was silent for a moment, then asked, "But what if someone feels their jar is already full of sand? Is it too late?" The elder smiled kindly. "It's never too late. You just need to empty the jar and start over. Life gives us that chance every day." The boy walked back home that evening with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. The elder's simple demonstration stayed with him, a reminder to always prioritize what truly matters in life. And now, as you listen to this story, ask yourself, asterisk, what are the big stones in my life? Have I been filling my jar with sand instead? Life is short and unpredictable. Make sure your jar is filled with the things that matter most, because in the end, that's what makes life meaningful.